again. My name's Anna Schmidt and I'm a house healer, a spirit clearer and a psychic development teacher. And today I'd like to talk to you about what makes a good dowser. I get asked this question all the time. People assume that you have to be psychic to do dowsing. And the answer is just depends on what sort of information you're looking for, but generally no. You don't have to be labelled as psychic to be able to be a good dowser. Alright, so if you like what I talk about today, please feel free to subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment. Do you do dowsing? How does it work for you? So let's get into it. How to be a good dowser. So dowsing is all about one word. It's about intention. Okay, there's lots of other things that go with it, but it's all about the intention of you picking up your pendulum or you picking up your dowsing rods or using your own body as your dowsing tool. It is all about intention. It's really important that you focus on what you want to achieve from what you're doing with your dowsing. Simply, that is how it works. Now, some dowsing tools are going to work for you easier than others. I pick up a pendulum, it swings for my yes and no instantly. When I learned to use dowsing rods, that was a different thing altogether. It took me 3 weeks of sitting with them for 10 minutes every day and going, can you please show me a yes? Can you please show me a no? There I was placing the intention to create a connection with the dowsing rods. And I did get them working, but I just prefer a pendulum because it's quicker and it just works better for me. So self-awareness is another thing to look for when you're looking at doing your dowsing. You have to be aware of what the yes and the no answer is. You have to think about the questions that you pose. You have to think about the wording of the questions that you pose. They need to be precise because these tools can't talk to you like I'm talking to you right now. They can only give you a yes or a no answer. So you have to working on precise questioning. Now, when you start out doing your dowsing, precise questioning is tough. Quite often you'll ask a question, then you'll add a bit. Well, the pendulum or the dowsing rods aren't going to give you an accurate answer because you've posed that first part of the question, then you've added a bit on the end. So scrub it and start again. So intention and self-awareness, having an open mind as well, really important. You go into it as a blank slate. You'll hear me talk about this quite a lot. You're totally blank up here in your mind. Your ego's gone on, you've put it in a box or it's gone on a holiday for the day because ego likes to control the outcome. You can't use your ego when you're working with your pendulum or your dowsing rods. You are tuning into the energy that is around these items. So whether you believe that it's psychic or scientific, either way, doesn't matter because remember, it's all about intention. So I talk to people a lot about having a blank slate in your mind. So when you ask your question or you've got your question written in front of you, you're not thinking about the answer that you want. Because if you think about the answer that you want, that's exactly what your pendulum is going to give you. Experiment with this. I quite often will do that. So go and have a play with it. Ask a question. Something that you know will maybe be a no answer, but in your mind go, yes, 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 yes. I bet 99% of the time, you're going to get a yes. All right, so it's all about being a blank slate. Having these no preconceived outcomes as to what you're going to get is really important. And just being curious. I love using my pendulum. As a house healer and a spirit clearer, I use my pendulum every day. Now, there's no ritual to using it. I have to sit down and meditate for 20 minutes before I'm in the right space to use my pendulum. I do my grounding and my protection exercises every day. That's just for general daily life. But then when I'm using my pendulum, because I know it works and the intention is it's going to work, I sit down and I instantly get my yes. I'm making little circles here with my hand because that's my yes sign. So I know it's going to work. And I don't know who's on the other end of it. I know it's a positive being. I can tell by the energy that comes with it and the interactions that I have. But I don't ask for names. I don't get caught up in all the labels. I just know that it's going to work for me. And that makes me a good dowser, is the intention, the openness, the self-awareness, the curiosity, and the willing to have a bit of fun with it. So it's not a serious tool. You're like, when you get caught in the serious stuff, that's your mind and your ego trying to control the outcome, trying to control where you're going with it. It's all about letting go of control. I'm going to make a video about that soon. I woke up this morning and I was told, you need to talk about this because it's something I have grown and moved, not away from, but I've learned to let go of control. Probably 70% of the time. Can't say it's 100% because that would be telling a little fib. So when you're working with your pendulum, it's all about being emotionally detached from the outcome as well. Depending on whatever sort of question that you're asking, you've got no attachment to the outcome, because that is where the blank slate and the self-awareness comes in, is that you are simply asking the question, you're in that totally relaxed, blank, emotionally detached state, you're going to get your answers and they're going to be accurate. I do this every single day. Every day I am transitioning spirits from the earth realm to the higher realms. And a lot of heavier energies are coming here now because they trust me to help them step over the threshold, through that doorway, into the waiting room, and they go off to the right where the healing space is. So I'm getting a lot of energies trusting me now because my intention is that my pendulum is going to assist these energies. Management's saying it's not about me. As humans, we want to make everything about ourselves. That's just natural. So don't judge yourself if you do that. You just go, is this about me? No, it's actually not. It's about the outcome. So I work with these spirits to help them transition. As a house healer, do exactly the same. It's not about me. I often say to people, as a dowser and a psychic spiritual person, healers, energy workers, we are here on the earth realm as a channel for universal energy, in whatever form you want to call it, in whatever belief that you have about who's out there and what they're going to do for us. We are here simply as a channel. We actually don't do any of the work. We hold the space here in the 3D, 4D, whatever realm you want to think that we're in. We hold the space here so that universal energy can channel through us to help clear whatever it is that we're working on with our pendulum. My focus is the house healing and the spirit clearing. Now, trusting the process is so important. When you trust it, it's going to work, right? Trusting is all about putting that intention in as well. You sit there and you go, I know this is going to work. I don't even have to say that anymore. And I say to my students when they're learning to use the pendulum, they're like, it won't move, it won't this, it won't that. I'm going, just relax, and say to your pendulum or your dowsing rods, can you please show me a yes? Can you please show me a no? And management's saying it's all about respect and manners as well. Because when you treat these non-physical beings, spiritual helpers, guides, angels, archangels, whatever you want to call them, when you treat them with respect, that is what you get back. And it just works so well. Every time I finished using my pendulum, I always say thank you. And every night when I go to bed, well, that's a bit of a fib, nearly every night when I go to bed, I'll say thank you so much to all the spirit guides, angels, archangels, all those other spiritual helpers who are out there for helping me to be able to be of assistance to non-physical beings and physical beings. Because as I use my pendulum for working with non-physical beings, I also use my pendulum as a dowsing tool to do remote energy field assessments and clearings with clients. I work all around the world. You don't have to have the person sitting right there. You can work with permission. It's all about practice. All right. So to be a good dowser, you need to have intention, trust, openness, awareness, the blank slate, no preconceived outcomes, and practice. That is the way to get this skill working for you. So off you go now. Go and buy yourself a pendulum, get yourself some dowsing rods, have a play with this. Be the inner child. Make it fun. When you are curious and make it fun, it's going to work for you. Seriously, it is. Okay, hope you've liked this little video. I feel really excited about this. I've got to go and do some dowsing now myself. I will be back soon with more videos. It's been great talking to you, and I'll see you again soon.